Hi, I'm Kim Cash, and I'm working on a craft project for Halloween. It's going to be a life-size fairy garden that I'm putting out in my front yard, and I just thought I'd show you guys what I'm doing. I've taken a tree stump right here, and I've taken some stuffing and some fabric. Let me reach over here and show you. I had some fabric, just some red fabric, and I just placed it over the top with the stuffing, and then I stapled it into the tree trunk. And what I'm trying to do is make a mushroom for the life-size fairy garden. I want to make some gnomes, and I've made some other mushrooms out there. But I made this little template just out of an old grocery bag. And what I did do is I set it on top, and then I spray painted, but I've ran out of spray paint because I made a bunch of them. And so you could just use some spray paint and your own little template. And then what I am doing now, because I'm out of spray paint, is I'm just taking some acrylic paint and a paintbrush and just filling in where the spray paint is too thin. So here, you can watch me for a minute, and I'll show you some other ideas that I have. And because I did have some spray paint, I've got the circle on here as a template. And I'm just putting the paint on my brush. I'm just painting it onto the mushroom. When you spray paint, it does tend to bleed a little bit, and so the acrylic paint, if you do it thick, doesn't seem to bleed as much. But then you've got to, of course, let it dry. But it's a nice day outside, so it will dry pretty quickly. And then you could use this, if you've got a big enough tree stump, you could use it as an actual stool. Or you could just have it out in the yard. If you're going to have a birthday party, say for a fairy birthday party, you could put these out in the yard and have the kids sit on them. You just want to make sure that they're sturdy and on level ground so that they don't fall over. I'm just going to touch these up a little bit. And you can make them as light or as dark as you want. And we have a lot of trees in the backyard. These are just actual branches that my husband cut off of the trees. And one of them I spray painted to make it more white, but because it's a birch tree, I believe, you don't really need to spray paint it. It looks pretty white. I guess I could have had him cut them, you know, so that the base would be thicker, which I just had this idea and thought it would be really cute out in the yard. And I'm going to post some pictures of what the yard looks like with these mushrooms out in the yard. I guess it doesn't have to be too perfect because people are going to be sitting on them anyway. I just want the white to show up. I don't know if you guys love Halloween as much as I do, but especially this year, I think that a lot of kids may not get to go trick-or-treating as much. And so I wanted to have a lot of decorations out in the yard so that the kids would really enjoy at least walking by and seeing them. And there you have it. This is my mushroom stool for out in the yard. And you can see I just painted a few white dots. You could even put some stickers on them, some white stickers that you cut into circles, or you could use fabric and just sew it on, but I thought paint would be easiest. So here's my life-size fairy garden, and I'm just going to walk around and show you everything that I have here. I have this dragon and this little castle, and I've got a bunch of little mushrooms that I've made out here in the yard, and on some of them there's fairies sitting, and I'll show you how I made those little ones, but I just wanted to show you the entire yard. Let me move back so you can see, and I'm going to see if I can show you everything. The gate is covered in a plastic, and it has the bricks on it to make it look like a castle. And I'm just going to go into the yard and show you some of the things that we've set out around the yard. I tried to make my bench cushion covers like a candy corn. I made the yellow and orange, and you can see my front porch there. I've got a few pumpkins that I grew out in my garden, and I just wanted to show you these mushrooms. If you don't have little trees that you can cut up, you could just use a vase and then a bowl, which I got at a dollar store, and then I just spray painted the little mushroom spots on them, and some of them I stapled into little tree stumps, little leftover tree stumps. I'll show you. We had a couple just like this, and I spray painted them a white, and then I just sat the bowls on top of it. And the dragon, we have a fog machine. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween.